Just before we departed on our Finding Water in the Desert adventure with friends Heiner and John, that show found on my sister channel ASPW Experience, link is in the description, I got for John a tent because I knew how much he loved his swag. Actually didn't like it that much, but he's not the kind to complain. I got him a budget rooftop tent. How was the tent? Good. The guys at Top Oak contacted me and said, I've got a rooftop tent and we'd love you to try it out. They should make these in South Africa because then it'd be told, Top Oak. You're a Top Oak guy for having one of these tents. Well done, eh? But I don't need a rooftop tent. But I figured John does. So I donated it to John because Top Oak donated it to me. And I asked John if he wouldn't mind doing a review of it. He's 6'3" and extremely annoying person, so I thought he'd be well qualified.
I'm like probably the absolute limit for height.
And you are 6'1".
4.
6'4"?
6'3".
6'3".
He was 6'4", but yeah.
He was 6'4", but when he went to bed last night, now he's 6'3". I'm Andrew St. Pierre White, explorer, overlander and broadcaster with over 40 years driving 4x4s. In association with Egon, game-changing simplicity. What's that?
It's my ladder for the rooftop tent.
Oh.
I know. We've got the fancy ladder. Don't like to leave it up in the tent because you need the ladder to get into the tent. So I just chuck it in the back of the ute.
The three of us have just returned from an epic trip to the central north part of Western Australia called the Pilbara, a huge desert area where we went looking for water. It's the first time that the three of us have travelled together since our epic adventure in 2022, crossing the Canning Stock route, supporting a 47-year-old Range Rover, driven by a Brummie. Can you imagine?
What?
They're working perfectly.
What's with the headlights?
We wanted to admire the sunset. Look.
Yeah. So you just...
If we hadn't had to stop so long to fix the Hilux, we wouldn't be driving in the night time.
Well, we need lights anyway.
Aha!
I hate that last spin on it.
Thank you.
Your head's going to be downhill.
My head?
Yeah.
My head up, yeah.
In that case, your head's going to be uphill. So if you want to check out that adventure, it's quite something. You'll find it on our sister channel, Overland-Workshop. Right, where were we?
Voila. Quite simple to open up. As you can see, hit some corrugations, hit some red dirt today, and absolutely no red dirt inside.
All right.
Quite simple to set up, just a bungee cord to take away like most rooftop tents. Single bar, it has to get folded over. Beautiful little pop out section, makes it feel a lot more roomy in here. Climb inside, fold down the two bars, pop it out.
How tall are you?
I am 1.94 m. What's that? 6 foot?
6'3".
Yeah, roughly 6'3".
Yeah.
6'3", 6'4". I used to be taller. The tent is borderline for me, for lengthwise when you look at the measurements on it. But because of this fold-out section here, it's actually quite nice because you can have your pillow up a little bit if you are my height. And it gives you a lot more space, a lot more room in here, so it's quite a bit nicer to sleep in. Because I've had a few other tents as well, where the being tall is kind of a bit of a downfall in most of the rooftop tents. So this one has actually been quite surprising that it is. I can sleep in it lengthways and don't have to sleep in it diagonally. and it is quite nice sometimes when the stars are out as well. There is actually a starlight in here, so you can open it up and there's just plenty of space to look out. So you can sleep with a view, but you can't close it if it gets a bit bright.
John, the Top Oak. We slept in a gale last night. How was it?
As you can tell, I was flying away, but held up beautifully the whole trip.
Didn't flap and make a hell of a lot of noise.
No wind flies, no rain flies.
Okay.
So, a bit of a benefit there.
Okay.
Well, leave my hat. So, it's time to pack it up, even though it is windy as hell. It's time to go home. I've been kind of lazy on this trip quite often, not even using a ladder. So, it still works. Just to get in, it works quite well. Been comfy. The mattress is adequate. It could be a little bit thicker, but does the job. It's quite nice. Only downside, no USB points in here, but easy enough to add. But yeah, taking it down, quite simple. Hold everything away.
It was obvious to me that John really enjoyed this product, but here's a disclaimer. Top Oak decided to, well, asked me if I would review their tent, and I said, yes, I can review it, but there's no ways I can spend the money to send it back to you all the way in the United States. So they said, no, it's not a problem, you may keep it. And I, of course, our comments and our review is not influenced in any way financially. I've donated the tent to John, he likes it enough, and he's going to continue using it. So thank you, Top Oak. But the best part about this tent actually is, because it's actually really like a good little tent, it's really good value. Really good value. Yes?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
For the price of it, it works great. The no dust. We did a lot of corrugations, a lot of dust. Nothing in it. Works beautifully. Sleeps well. Even for someone quite tall, which I usually have problems with.
Okay.
Top tents.
Right.
My last couple that I've had, borderline. This one, comfy. Just that shape made it quite nice.
And
So
big and roomy inside because of that shape. It's
Yeah.
a very clever idea.
it is
Right.
a bit different.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Top Oak. Thank you, everybody. If you like the video, do me a favor, click the like button. Helps us out. See you next time.
I'm going to try not to fly away now.
All right. I'm off the beach and I'm going to just follow you with the camera.
Alright, just head that way.
No, turn that way to off, out of camera. My Land Cruiser is equipped with 3 Egon products, both improving its simplicity. It sped up the build time and it made it very easy for me to create this an incredible rig, and I'm going to highlight one of them right now, the DC hub. It's one place where all of the chargers are connected, all of the batteries are connected. There is no need for a bus bar, no need for lugs and heat shrink. In other words, the installation takes up a fraction of the space than it would in a conventional wiring system. And it was incredibly easy to do. It's like paint by numbers. You just plug in the wires where the instruction says, and it's done. All of the chargers into the DC hub, all of the batteries into the DC hub, all of the accessories, the fridge, the lights, into the DC hub. Everything works. It's absolutely revolutionary. And if you are building a rig, you have got to see how easy the Egon DC hub makes building a 4x4, a camper, or a caravan.